Welcome to the Unstuck and Unstoppable podcast. I'm Lisa Marie, mindset and nervous system practitioner, and this is where we go beyond surface level mindset work into identity, emotional regulation, and the patterns that are really keeping you stuck. Because you don't need more motivation, you need to understand yourself on a deeper level. And today I want to talk about something that I know so many of you are feeling. Why you are feeling stuck even when you're doing everything right. Well, here's something no one tells you. You can journal, set goals, stay disciplined, listen to all the podcasts and do all the right things and still feel like nothing is actually changing. And that is one of the most frustrating places to be because you start thinking, well, what's wrong with me? I've been in that place. From the outside, everything looked fine. I had a stable job. I was doing well. I was ticking all the boxes. But internally, I felt off. I felt stuck. I felt disconnected. Like the life I was living wasn't actually my own. And I just kept on trying to fix it. I'd set new goals, tried to be more disciplined, consume more content of experts talking about all the issues I was experiencing. And yeah, sure, I'd have these bursts where I would feel motivated, but then I'd always just fall back again. And that cycle is exhausting because that is where you really start to lose trust in yourself. And what I didn't understand at the time was that the problem wasn't my effort, it was my identity. Your life is not a reflection of how hard you try, it's a reflection of who you believe you are. So deep down, if you see yourself as someone who always struggles, someone who doesn't follow through, or someone who ends up back at square one all the time, then no matter what you do on the surface, you will keep repeating that reality. Because your identity acts like a baseline. It's like a thermostat. You can push yourself for a while, but you'll always come back to what feels like you. And that is exactly why you can be consistent for a week, then stop. Start showing up, then disappear. Get close to something good, and then question it. It's not random, it's actually identity. And this is also where self-sabotage comes in, which I know so much of us do. And actually a lot of us are aware that we do it, but it's wired into us at this point. So it just becomes a part of our normal daily routine. But guys, it's not normal to sabotage yourself. It is not normal to do that. I'm sure a lot of you think self-sabotage means something is wrong with you, but actually it's the opposite. Self-sabotage is like a protection because your brain and your body are wired to keep you safe. So when you start doing something that feels unfamiliar, like putting yourself out there, or being more visible, changing your habits, or choosing differently in relationships, your system goes, this is not safe. And it will slow you down. And how does it do that? Through procrastination, overthinking, doubt, pulling back. So in reality, you're not actually sabotaging your life. You're just trying to protect the version of you that feels familiar. However, this is the part that most people are missing. Your nervous system doesn't care about what you want. It cares about what feels safe. So, for example, you could consciously want confidence, success, a different relationship, a healthy lifestyle, but your body doesn't feel safe having that. Then the simple fact is you won't hold on to it. And that is exactly why you want to post, but you don't. You want to grow, but you freeze. Things just about start going well, and you start feeling anxious. And that's because unfamiliar doesn't feel exciting to your body. It feels like a threat. So yeah, if you're nodding and agreeing with what I'm saying, this is probably why you are stuck in a loop. Because this is pretty much how it goes every time. You try to change, it feels unfamiliar, your body resists, you go back to old patterns, and then you reinforce the belief, this is just who I am. And the cycle continues. Same patterns, different situations, same feelings, different people. Same outcome every time. And you know what? When I understood this, everything changed. Because I stopped asking, why can't I just do this? And I started asking, what part of me doesn't feel safe here? So I want you to try something with me. Just get yourself in a space where you can feel comfortable and close your eyes. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Now, picture the version of you that feels stuck. How does she feel? How does she think? How does she show up? Now let that image soften and bring in the version of you that feels grounded, confident, and unstoppable. Notice how she carries herself. Now just ask yourself, what feels unfamiliar about her? And instead of judging that, just notice it. Because that unfamiliar feeling is the doorway to change. So whenever you feel ready, come back into the space. So that was just a really quick identity visualization where you have access to the identity of the person that you want to become. You already know who she is, you just don't quite know how to get there. So if this episode resonated with you, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next episode. And if you're ready to really shift this at the level of identity and nervous system, not just surface level mindset, you can apply to work with me one-on-one in my private mindset mentorship program, Unstuck and Unstoppable. Thank you for listening to episode 1. Please let me know what you think in the comments and also drop any topics that you would like us to discuss in the next episodes. Stay unstuck, stay unstoppable. Slán!